since I have just been to my niece's baptism, I think that's the word, I was decked up. I was like, why not film something? Hi BookTube, it's Stephanie. Today I'm going to share with you my August TBR, and I'm kind of crossing my fingers that things will go better than in life when I didn't finish a single book, because why should I have? Life. But yeah, that was fun. But in August there's the NEWTs, and I'm gonna link to her vlog where she talks about the prompts and stuff, because next year she G from Book Roast, she will change all the rules or the way she does this readathon. So I'm really looking forward to that, but this is the last year with like the NEWTs. So she has basically been, since it's the last time, feel free to bend the rules a bit, and if you want to do 2 months, 3 months, a year, go ahead. So we'll see. I will probably try to just keep it to August, but yeah. And one thing, there's a couple of rules that I'm definitely will be breaking. There we go. And the first one is that you need to start a new book. So you can't like carry over a book from July to August. I'm gonna scrap that, because everything I've started will count for any prompt, and usually you should read the book for A, then the E prompt, and then the O prompt. I will just read a book, slot it in, and there's that. I will not share with you books for all the different prompts that I'm doing. I'm aiming for spellcaster, which is kind of a lot of books, but I will just share with you the books. I have 8 here and I've started some of them, so I'm like, yeah, these are the books that I'm kind of like aiming to finish up. So the first book I'm going to read is a big one, but I got a very pleasant surprise when I went to the library, yes, to pick up some books that I had requested, and this one had actually arrived that day, and that's Shortfall by Robert Jackson Bennett. This is the sequel for Fundricide, which I read last year and really liked. So I am really looking forward to this sequel, and I think this is just a duology, so I am looking forward to it. This book is set in a town, in a city that has these, I think of them like big parks, where like the wealthy that knows exactly how scribing, which is what the magic in this world is, works. Well, they don't, but they kind of do. And we are following a girl and a group from that lives in between these parks, so to speak. That in the first book she steals something for someone, and then that kind of snowballs into her learning some secrets, and yeah, this is the sequel to that one, and I am really looking forward to it. This will fulfill the prompt of reading, the Ancient Runes prompt of reading a book whose author starts with the letter B. The next prompt for Ancient Runes is to read a classic, and for that I have Peter Pan by J.M. Barrie, and honestly, this is what I normally would have picked for author with a B, but then I would have to pick another classic, which no. So yeah, this is Peter Pan, and this is the Mina Lima edition that they have illustrated. They are the ones that do the illustrations for Harry Potter. So I think you kind of recognize it. And I saw this for the first time in a TBR that the Cody for Cody's Book Corner did, and I just thought this is beautiful, and they do have more editions with their art style in. So yeah, and Peter Pan is one that I have wanted to reread for a while. I think I read this when I was like 11 or 12 or something like that. So yeah, I'm looking forward to getting to this, and this is also part of my around the year challenge, so it would be read anyway sometime before the end of the year, so why not just get it in August and pray that I actually get to it. Then for spellmaker, I also need to get the O for ancient runes, but I haven't picked a book out for that. And I also haven't picked up any book for arithmancy. I need both the A and E for that. I haven't picked any books there. Then we have astronomy, and for the first prompt we need a book that has a star on the cover, and for that we have, I did not get the book. Okay, this might change everything, I don't care. We need to get a star on the cover, and for that I have network effect, and you can see here there are stars here like little dots. I have not read a single page of this in July because I am enjoying it. Since I did not want to read, I just didn't pick it up. So yeah, I am definitely looking forward to this, to continue this. Then for E, remember when I said that you could just stretch it out how long you wanted? Yeah, the next prompt is veda science fiction. I never started Leviathan Wakes last month, so yeah, I even put a bookmark in here. I just never got to it, so I'm just putting this here. We'll see if I actually will pick it up, but I really hope so, because this is part of my Goodreads 2011 challenge, and I will read this, and I just need to get to it. I can't just keep pushing it off. Then I also need an A and E for charms, but I have only picked out the book for A, which is read a humorous book, and for that I have Folk med ångest by Fredrik Backman, and the English title is People with Anxiety. And yeah, so far it has had some funny parts, so I'm counting it. And yeah, I am enjoying this. This is a body read with a friend, so yeah, this is, well, technically it's day 3 of a body read, but someone, not mentioning any names, it's me basically. Basically I lay down on my bed for like 2 seconds and I woke up and it was 5 hours later, like a couple of minutes to midnight. That was embarrassing, but yeah, I have started it. So yeah, we're going to continue this, and since this is a body read, I know I will finish this, so this will give me an acceptable in charms. So then I need to get an O in History of Magic. I have not picked up out the book for A, but I have picked out the E and O books. And for E, I need to read a book that has a mostly black cover, and we are going to ignore the back of this, that's bright orange. The front of this is mostly black. This is White Fragility, Why It's So Hard for White People to Talk About Racism by Robin DiAngelo. I don't know. This is one of the books, I think was the second one, How to Be an Anti-Racist. This was a group book for a readathon in the beginning of June. I just never, it was sold out and it was a long line at the library to get this book, so I finally got it, and it's a pretty short one, so hopefully I get to it. I would like to, and yeah. And since I talked about that book, I do have some links down below that you can check out if you're interested, to different topics and some petitions. Then we have O, and this one is a stretch because I went, oh no. I probably could have an easier time of this, but the prompt for O is a book recommended someone that's older than you. And my mom reads thrillers and mystery and crime. No. And so does a friend of mine that's also older than me, and the one that I know that could recommend me some sci-fi books, she's younger than me. So I went to BookTube and oh, what's his name? His channel name, I will link it down below, is SFF180, and I looked at his Goodreads, the books that he has given good ratings, and the one that he had given good ratings was 9 Princes in Amber by Roger Senansny. Have I butchered that. This is the Swedish book. I have all of these except for one, and I need it. I just haven't really been looking, and I read these when I was like 14 or something, and I do want to reread them. So yeah, I'm picking this one because it's easy. This is following a man who wakes up at a hospital and don't remember anything. And then he starts meeting some people who says he's their brother, and he travels through dimensions and still have no clue what's going on. I really enjoyed this when I was like 14, 15, so much that I actually got all the books kind of. If you look right above my head, there's this bright white book, and that book and then all the books down below are the series. That white book is the first 5 books. They never got to the second part of that for some reason, because I really enjoyed that cover. But yeah, I'm gonna pick this one for someone recommended by someone older than me. The next one I need is to get an A in transfiguration, so I don't need to get an E or an O. And for that we need to have an animal on the cover or in the title, and for that I have Grief is the Thing with Feathers. We have a crow on the cover, and it's a verse novel. I never got around to this spring when I mentioned it, but this is another book that's part of my around the year challenge, so I need to start picking those books up again. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this. Let's face it, I'm looking forward to all the books, it's just I don't read any. So that's lovely. So I changed my mind about two of the prompts, mostly because of the fact that I just looked at what books I'm in the middle of. I will not count my audiobook for anything because this is starting to get extremely ridiculous. But I am currently like 25-30% in A Dead Gin in Cairo by P. Djeli Clark, and that has 43 pages according to Goodreads, so that would fit in for a vitamin C, the exceeds expectations prompt for a book that ends on an uneven number, and then Witchmark by C.L. Polk, which I have like 50-ish Kindle pages left. But as I said, I don't care anymore, and that would fit for a historical fiction, mostly because of the fact that it's a fantasy, but for me it reads very much like this First or Second World War. So I'm gonna go with my interpretation of that, or like a yeah, it gives me that like aesthetic, which is very rare for me, because I'm one of those people that when I read a description I don't see it in images, I just see the words, unless I like get an actor like this is what the person looked like. I can't like imagine anything. So yeah, I added those in. Great. But so that's my plans for August. I don't have high hopes right now because of how July went. Yeah, life. But I am enjoying reading ebooks on train though. But what are you planning to do in August? And I'll see you next time. Bye.